Ladies and gents, welcome to Suji Reaction, and this is the forms of carbon as alcoholic drinks. My channel SamONella Academy. Sorry about the lack of video yesterday. Was an eventful weekend. Also, I'm gonna ditch that whole daily category thing. Okay. So I guess he's gonna explain carbons as a carbon alcoholic drink. Oh, okay. So he's gonna compare two things. All right. So yeah, this is another SamONella video like always. Apparently still one left. I don't know how many of them left. Yeah, I think one or two maybe. I don't know. I already cleared a playlist and I think I forgot one or two videos to put in the playlist. I have to check that out. But I think I reacted to all of them by now. There are total 60 videos or something. So yeah. Sam makes great videos, always fun to react to SamONella videos. The category always jumps from here and there. There is never just one category. Sometimes talk about animals, sometimes talk about some kind of human diseases, some things that happened in the past, talk about science like carbon, things like that. It's always fun to see his take. I think whenever he thinks of making video, he just randomly thinks of something interests him and he just creates a video about that. It's always awesome though. I've reacted quite a few SamONella videos already. If you haven't seen them, check out the cards for the playlist I've created. Check out the other playlists too, like Internet Historian, SCP, Lamino, things like that. Unbiased History by Doherty. Check out the link in the description with all of my videos. And yeah, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's watch this one.
Hey kids, today I'll be discussing the alcoholic equivalents of the various allotropes of carbon. For those of you that don't know, an allotrope is just the various forms that carbon atoms can arrange themselves into. But anyway, let's get started. So amorphous carbon is like beer. It's the first form to ever be produced by humans, likely by accident. It's also the weakest form. It has a bunch of varieties, most of which taste terrible. And you need a whole lot of it if you want to have a good cookout. Graphite is like one.
Yeah, okay. So he's comparing two things, like in terms of alcohol, how to compare carbon. Okay, I understand that. Yeah, amorphous carbon just means that it's not crystallized. That's it. It's mostly used for something like thin films that you coat something with, like coat metal and things, so it slowly degrades. That's what it's used for.
Wine. It's almost as old as amorphous carbon, having been used by humans since ancient times. However, it's significantly stronger. Up until recently, only the rich could really get much enjoyment out of it. But today, most individuals can use it if they choose, but not all varieties are equal. Diamond is like...
Yeah, okay. Graphite is stronger than amorphous carbon, but not that stronger. Anybody who used pencil would know that. So yeah, graphite is just crystallized form of carbon. I mean, there are three natural graphites. One of them is called amorphous graphite, but that's just a wrong term that's get used. That is still crystallized graphite, so it's not really amorphous, but it's just a term that everybody use. Obviously, like everybody has seen graphite. Everybody uses pencil eventually. One thing about graphite, I remember, I don't know, did I hear it from Mythbusters or something? I remember it where I heard it. But graphite is the only thing apart from metals that can conduct electricity. So yeah, there you go.
Vodka. First of all, it's very strong, the strongest form that's likely to be found in the average household. It's typically valued based on its purity and clarity, though flavor varieties do exist. Though it can be manufactured right here at home, most people seem to prefer it when it's from far-off lands. And remember never to use too much of it or else you might regret it later. Graphene...
Yeah, okay. So, diamonds. Everybody heard the song, Diamonds Are Forever. Well, that's false. Diamonds are not forever. Diamonds do decay eventually. They go to their lower configuration, graphite. So they are not forever. They do decay. Diamonds are just more complex version of carbon, so they are a bit stronger. They are the strongest thing naturally found in the crust of the earth. So yeah, that's one of the most strongest natural thing that you can find, obviously. But if the temperature and pressure is just right, if you can give the diamond just right temperature and right pressure, even the diamonds can burn up and become carbon dioxide. So yeah, people think diamonds are just untouchable. No, that's not. It depends.
Is like brandy. It's similar to graphite in structure, but it's put through a process to make it more pure, and as a result, it's much stronger. Fullerenes are like absinthe. It's not as
Buckyballs.
mainstream as the other varieties, mostly only being used by the intellectual types. It's also claimed to have a bunch of properties not shared by any other form out there. But despite all its hype, it has little real-world application currently. Finally, carbon.
Yeah, okay. Buckyballs are, I think, 60 to 100. That's how many carbon atoms fused together you can make buckyballs. So I think somebody name was something Buck something that he created this, so it's called buckyballs, or his last name Fuller or something, so Fullerene, that's how they are called. So buckyballs are just most famous one is C60 carbon. They can't be usually be found in natural conditions. It's extremely hard to find it. Like if a lightning hits a particular thing in just right circumstances, is a chance that buckyballs can be created, but it's easily made in lab. Buckyballs doesn't have much property, but recent findings have found that it can be beneficial to humans. C60 carbon has shown to kill some virus, has some beneficial effects to the body, but still some detailed research is needed. But yeah, that's the current state. I think more research has been done on that, so maybe one day we'll find out how carbon 60 atom is just it's just great.
Fine is like pure alcohol. Despite its simplicity, it's extremely difficult to produce with current methods, except in very small amounts. If you were to have a bunch of it, however, it would be more than twice as strong as diamonds. Hopefully, this forced analogy has been at least vaguely informational. But anyway, that's all for today. I'm SamONella, and thank you for watching.
Yeah, carbene. I think somebody, I don't know which, somewhere in Europe, somebody in the lab created that. They joined together two carbon sheets or something and created that. That is I think the strongest thing there can be. I mean, it shouldn't be surprising. Carbon is the most fertile element there is. You can combine so many carbon atoms and create things. So the strongest and the strongest bond thing that you can create comes from also carbon. It shouldn't be surprising. So that is the most strongest thing there is, but it's not easily produced. But the day we can easily produce that, that's just going to change the landscape of everything. But these are all far in the future. So yeah, this was a great video, forms of carbon. I love science topic always. I have some things to say about science topic because I like science since I was a kid, so I have some knowledge here and there. So I loved it. Alright people, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out all the reaction today. There's a link in the description with all of my videos. Check out the cards for all the playlists. Check out the end cards. And yeah, I'll see you next time.